Welcome to Star Citizen. So what are signatures? There's three of them. We have the infrared, cross-section and electromagnetic. If you have played this game for a while, you probably have noticed that each ship has different signatures, and all the rockets in this game are each based on the type of signature. There are rockets that focus on electromagnetic, there are rockets that focus on infrared, and rockets that focus on cross-section. So these three indicators right here are from left to right, the infrared, cross-section and electromagnetic. Turning your engine on and off will reduce the electromagnetic signature. That is the most simplest thing to do. You can also do it by turning off certain modules, thrusters and different types of components. It is the easiest to manage on your ship. You just need to go under your menu, you need to go under power, and there you can check items under which you can see different types of, thrusters, shield, generators, coolers, what you have. And by turning them off, you are actually reducing your electromagnetic signature. You cannot directly affect your cross-section signature. Now it can increase when you stand still a bit, but mostly you cannot affect it. I believe developers once said that losing a wing or using different materials for your ship can affect it, but at the moment we're pretty much stuck with it. Now as for the infrared, it depends on how good coolers you have, what you're doing at the moment, how badly your ship is working, how much power is consumed. For example, if your weapons are overheating on a bigger ship, you can see that the infrared bar just filling up. It doesn't even need to overheat, you just sometimes may need to be firing and you can already see some of the changes happening on this bar. Signatures are also for spotting the enemy ship. A big ship of course has a big signature and so you can spot them from quite a bit away, but a smaller ship might be able to sneak closer. There are some ships that are fully built around stealth, like the Eclipse for example. That ship can be so stealthy it can strike you before you notice it. Then again, it is a bomber, so its main focus isn't to fight against other ships, but rather strike down something bigger. There are of course several other ships and you can basically put any stealth components into any ship as you wish. Some just are a bit more natural with the base stats without components, so they get better results with stealth modules. The simplest way you can understand it is if you have a small ship, all your signatures are quite small. If you have a big ship, your signatures are gonna be big. Therefore, it may be harder to dodge some infrared rockets with a big ship than it would be with a smaller ship. And of course, the bigger the target, the easier it is for the rockets to actually manage against them. In PvE scenarios it doesn't really matter what you have, because the NPCs will act randomly. You can get close with a big ship, you might be spotted from really far away with a light ship. But if you're interested in sneaky gameplay against other players, well, then focusing more on a stealth ship with good stealth components can somewhat pay off. Why do I mean somewhat? Because as it is for each component, stealth components have a trade-off. The components are a bit more fragile and they may not be as optimal as some of the others, but they usually are still quite decent. Now there are several different types of modules that ships can have. If you have looked around, maybe you have noticed that some ships can be attached a radar. That radar can help spot the stealthy ships or ships in general from further away. But the usual trade-off for this of course is having less firepower but getting that radar. You don't really need to focus on signatures. Signatures are just there for you to specialize. You understand what kind of rockets you have, what you are using, how to play stealthy. It can be a good thing, but most commonly most ships, even with stealth components, are spotted from quite a bit away. There are exceptions like dedicated stealth ships which get more value out of those components, being naturally sneaky themselves. Most players don't even care about this. They aren't really looking at this. They may be looking for rockets that focus perhaps on cross-sections or electromagnetics or something similar. It's just to understand that you can be stealthy, that you can build your ship around stealth. Some ships have it better, some ships have it worse, and there are several scenarios these different types of ships can be used. I don't really suggest heavily focusing on this, but hey, if you want, go full stealth components, turn off your shields and go crazy. In that case, it's best to poke and keep your distance. Anyway, thanks for watching.